that's fair. We'll move to receive and file.
Second by Councillor Cook. Any questions, discussion?
Yeah, the only thing, this
these are draft minutes, by
yes.
the way, they have to be noted.
Absolutely.
This is draft, yeah.
The word committee, we were very clear on the meeting last Thursday that the word group be used, not committee. This is not a committee of the board. It is a working group of the sewage board. It is not a committee, and it's very intentional that Mayor Robertson used the word group, that it not be a committee. So the committee could be struck and the word group inserted.
Motion just to receive the minutes.
Okay.
All in favor of that? Carried. Councillor Roman.
And then move to appoint the mayor as the representative for Atlantic Shores.
Second by Councillor Cook. Councillor Scott.
And I ask for a recorded vote on this.
That's some discussion.
Not long ago, we had a group from here that we voted on, and Doug was the person that was appointed at that point to work with Brent and to do things. Is that not the same thing as this? So how can we appoint somebody else when we've already appointed somebody?
We appointed two persons, Doug and myself, Councillor Bonsteel and myself, to the working task force. That was taken to the tri-municipal, and it was turned down by the tri-municipal board through a motion. It's in these minutes.
But this is draft minutes, and these draft minutes aren't accepted, so how can we do anything based on a set of draft minutes that aren't 100% accurate at this point that we don't know about?
Councillor Underwood.
Yeah, we did have a working group going forward, and Councillor Bonsteel was the chair of that group. I think he should still be the chair for our representation moving forward. I mean, it brings them all together, it keeps on going forward. I don't think there's any problem. We just want a council representative, right? Is that that's what they're requesting?
Our first attempt at setting up this working group was to have, it was our own in Laughlin Shores. We brought that back to the next meeting, and that was thought, because we have our partners, and through discussion with our partners, that we would have that working group through the tri-municipal and include the other partners in looking at these alternative options. So that was taken to the tri-municipal board, and this is the recommendation that they have sent out.
Right. So
that there be one representative. Councillor Russell.
Well, Mr. Mayor, without being insulting, I'm going to ask you a very straightforward question. Can you go to this group, working, whatever committee is called here, can you honestly go there and look at technological alternatives considering your opposition to the vote that was taking place 6 weeks ago?
That's right. Yes.
That's right.
They're going to bring everything to the table.
We trust him.
I'm being respectful of you gang well notice. So I want your answer to this question, because this is, you can look at it fully.
If it meets the requirements that's put forth through Brent's report that talks of, we have to give direction on whether we want the alternatives to meet the grant objectives and meet the design. All of those options that are there that we've asked to move forward with. Yes, I'll look at options. I'll look at every option that can be brought forward. Councillor Underwood.
I respectfully disagree, and I would I'm going to put forward a friendly amendment that we appoint Councillor Bonsteel as our representative. That's a friendly to your motion. You don't agree with it? That's fair enough. But you know how I'm going to.
Councillor Owen.
I guess just in response to Councillor Russell, I think if we recall, after the meeting, with the 8-to-1 vote, the majority of us decided to move forward. It was the mayor that took the initiative to make the contacts, to begin the discussions, to get things back on track and get things back to get us all back to the table. I think, and any group like this, we have always appointed our mayor as the spokesperson. Certainly, in this particular case, the mayor has a history, has the relationship, has the working relationship with the folks at that table, and that's pretty critical at this time. And that's one of the reasons why I'm making that motion, because of the history that the mayor will represent us in political situations like this, and secondly, because that trust is established at the table, and that's very important for us to be able to move forward for that reason.
Councilor Watson?
Just as a point of clarification, when we brought the working group idea, and with all respect to Councilor Oman, it was Mayor Roberts and I that came up with the working group idea. But I'm not campaigning here. I'll let council make its decision. I just want to say, when we brought it up, the concern was with the composition that we had offered that it would need to quorum. And this is a working group that's going to gather information, and they did not want to be constrained with having to advertise meetings and that type of thing, because you don't know when providers are coming in. So that's why the suggestion from South Huron was one elected board member and one staff member. So that hopefully will clarify that for you. And we're not constrained by role here, we're constrained by council supports.
I just find it difficult to think that anyone who voted repeatedly against seeking out alternatives can now do a 180 and seek out alternatives without reservation.
Good point.
At least 3 different motions were brought in February that we seek out alternatives, and they were all lost with an 8-1 vote. And now we're asking someone who voted in opposition to that to represent us on this board that is tasked with seeking out alternatives. And that's just my honest feeling, folks.
Councilor Scott?
No offense intended, Mr. Mayor, but I believe right now that it was an 8-1 vote. I also believe that we are looking at alternatives, and I would not feel comfortable with you on that board. I don't think you can objectively go out there and do this. I think you're a wonderful mayor, but I think that we need to have people out there that are willing to look at everything. It's got to come back to us as a totality for to make a decision. I won't be supporting that.
Councilor Oman?
I guess I'll say call vote. I mean, we're dealing with trust and integrity and everything else. I'm flabbergasted by what I heard here.
Councilor Rush?
I know Councilor Oman won't like me for this, but every so often, there's political times, and they're tough, and sometimes tough things have to be done. And you said during the time that you've seen that we always send the mayor. Well, I'm gonna take you back to the 1980s, early 1980s, and a gentleman by the name of Lauren Henderson had a whole pot of money coming from Toronto for the East Lambton water line. And the township of Besanquet at that time would not send the reed. And a bunch of people wanted that water. And so who did they send? They sent a councillor, because they had a political pickle. That councillor became the reed. It was Fred Thomas. My point is, it doesn't necessarily have to be the mayor. We do not have to always do things the same. It's as simple as that. Mayor Thomas proved that later on for sure. But anyways, it would not be dismissive of you, Mr. Mayor, if I vote against this, because you know my feeling on it. I don't believe you can do, I do not believe you can do what you say.
Yes.
That's fine. It's obvious the motion isn't right.
Recorded vote.
All right, recorded vote.
Recorded vote. I called for a recorded vote. I want it.
Okay. All those in favor? I'm not. Vote
You
opposed.
want to start that?
Oh, you vote for myself?
Can I make a second motion?